Let me ask you a question. How safe do you think that these 360 cameras are in your vehicle? So as in the case here in this Ford F-150 vehicle, my friend, of course, he doesn't like to talk about it much, but he was still able to get some damage on his truck even though he had the 360 camera. So in this video, we're going to show you all of the pitfalls involved with these 360 cameras so that you can avoid having any damage even though you've got the 360 camera here. Now, as you look on the screen, you can see those yellow dashed lines there. That's our safety zone. So theoretically, anything that's on the outside of those are objects that you are probably not likely to run into. And then on this particular Ford F-150, you can see there's another mode here where you get a super wide view looking out the front there. And you can see the little icon right here in the upper left. So we'll zoom in on that and show you. So a lot of people don't know that they have these features on their camera. So it's showing you where the view is that it's seeing. So then here you can see in the normal view out the front, look at the little icon on the upper left. It shows you right in the center there, that center cone of viewing is what you have. And likewise, when you are in backup mode like we are now, you can see the viewing cone right there, right out the back. So that gives you an idea of how wide of an angle, the viewing angle that you have. So just exactly how do they make this 360 view for you? Well, obviously they can't put together some camera pole and have it sitting over the top of your vehicle. So what they do in this case here on this Ford F-150 pickup truck is they piece together 4 separate videos to form your 360 view. Okay, so one of the most common spots that you'll see one here is right here on the rear of the truck bed. So here is your backup camera on this particular Ford F-150 King Ranch truck. And typically in most SUVs and other vehicles, this is typically where you'll find it, somewhere in the middle of the back of the car. They'll put a wide angle camera right there that's supposed to cover all of the area in the back of the vehicle. And you can bet also that on most vehicles, on the 360 camera systems, you're going to likely find one of the cameras is going to be underneath your side view mirrors, because it's a good way to get it away from the side of the truck where it can look straight down. So as you can see, the camera is located right here. It's a wide angle camera that's sort of, it looks perplexing that you almost don't see how it get a view up and down the entire truck. So we're going to quantify that. We're going to do some experiments and show you where it lacks and where the blind spots are. Just like when you have rear view mirrors, you have blind spots. And of course, your other typical location for your camera here is right here on the front of the grill. We're usually in the middle as well. And as we affectionately call this one here, this is bug cam. So here's your camera right there. It's usually at the bottom of the Ford logo or whatever brand your car is, whatever maker you have. And of course, your fourth location here is on the driver's side mirror underneath. And as you look up close, here it is right there. So now in an effort to quantify just how the 360 cameras map everything, we're going to use this rope here going from the camera to the back corner here of the truck where we think it might be seeing it. And we'll take a look at it on the screen. And as you can tell, this looks absolutely nothing. What you see here looks absolutely nothing like what we see on the screen in there. Okay, so now in another effort to quantify exactly where the camera starts to pick objects up, I'm going to start to lower this 2x4 here, and as I get lower and lower, it'll eventually find its way onto the screen. And you can see we still don't see it yet as you're looking at the screen. So right here, this is the point where the 2x4 first starts to show up in the camera. See that? So anything from here downward. But then as you look at the screen, what's really odd about this is that even though we're right here at the passenger side rear door, on the screen, it's projecting this like it's in the back corner of the bed, like at the very end of the truck, the back end of the truck. So this is where, you know, things don't always look like they seem, folks. Now we are going to try our luck parking next to this mailbox, which is what started the problems in the very beginning. So here you can see the mailbox, the bottom of it, sticking up out of the ground and coming up, but you don't even see the mailbox itself. And it looks like it's at the back end of the cab of the truck, but that's not really where it's at. So in reality, the mailbox is actually almost halfway through the back passenger door, instead of over here where it looks like you see it on the screen inside there on the 360 view. So you just have to be very careful when you're getting around mailboxes, because your brain may be expecting to see one of these and you're not seeing this. What you're seeing on the screen is sort of a little bit of this poking up out of the ground, but your brain might not be looking for that. Now we're going to place these red cups on the ground to see how accurately these 360 view cameras capture them. Okay, so now looking at our 360 screen with the two red cups there, you can see it's much more accurate now that they're down at ground level. You know, the back cup there it's a little bit off in the position of where it is on the ground, but it's still pretty close. But you can see the much more accurate video when your objects are on the ground. And again, that's why they have that warning that keeps telling you on there, please check surroundings for safety. You should not just rely on the camera to guide you. Watch out for those shadows, because look at the left side of the truck. In the upper part here by the hood, you could sort of see the line for the grass, but then it disappears because it gets lost under the shadows. So that can work a little bit against you. You just have to be aware of that sort of thing. So now we're taking a look at how accurate the front camera is here. And we're going to pull right up to this pickup truck in front of us. So you can see it looks fairly accurate there, that we're pretty close to the bumper. Now let's go outside and take a look at how far apart we really are. So we measured 3.5 inches here, so it shows that the camera on the front of the grill here of this truck enabled us to get within 3.5 inches of the truck in front of us. So now we're going to see how accurate the 360 camera system is here when we're backing up. So you always want to measure and quantify how much space you have when you're in that green zone versus the yellow zone versus the red zone. That's the part that most people don't really know. But you should be fully aware of that in your car. You should know that. So there you can see we're in the green zone, we're in the yellow zone now, and just about ready to hit the red zone. Okay, now the best way to do this is you put the truck in reverse, and even if you don't have a 360 camera, most of you probably still at least have a backup camera. And so the best way to test that is you put the vehicle in reverse and you have someone else come in the back, like with a garbage can, with the leading edge here, and you want to measure, where am I in the green zone? Okay, so we're slowly pushing the garbage can forward here until we hit the green zone.
Stop!
Here, as you start moving closer and closer, when you hit the yellow zone, you stop.
Stop!
And you measure the distance with a tape measure. And then as you get through the yellow zone and you start to hit the red zone, okay, boom.
A little more. Stop!
Now I know my new distance to the bumper. So here you can see you can indeed trust the rear view camera when you're backing up. So the red zone, the beginning of the red zone looks like it put us about 15 inches or so bumper to bumper. And then when you hit all the way to that very front notch of the red zone where maybe the alarm is going off on you, then you quantify that.
And stop!
And that's such an important distance to know all of this as you're backing up in your car. Okay, so right here, as we moved forward, we're right at about 10 inches away from the bumper is where we found the forward edge of that red zone, closest to the bumper. So here you can see how close we are to the truck. And here it is right here. Now let's take a look at the screen. So now when you look at it, and there's not too many shadows going on right now with the sun behind the clouds, but you can barely see a little bit of a shadow starting now that the sun's coming back out. So you can see a lot of what we see on the screen depends on how much light is outside, what kind of shadows we're seeing. What if you were under completely cloudy skies and you weren't getting any shadows at all? You wouldn't even see it. And then also, what if you're in the dark at night and you're not likely to see any shadows? How would you know you're about to hit that garbage can?
Okay, now this example here will really bring home what we've been trying to show you, and it sort of duplicates the issue that our friend went through and what caused his truck all of this $900 of damage from scratches from backing into the mailbox. So what you do is you put your vehicle into reverse and you take a look at your screen there. So here you are looking at the 360-degree view, and the way it is displayed with the graphics of your vehicle here, it makes it seem like there's a drone flying above and showing you that everything's clear all around your vehicle. So you think you're seeing this, and you're really not. It's just really being generated for you. But your brain kind of gets tricked into thinking this is a bird's eye view of what's going on. This is a real drone image right here. And you don't have anything to worry about. That's what you're thinking, right? But not so fast. Because if there really was a drone flying over your vehicle, what you would see is a disaster waiting to happen. So here's the real drone image where we put these obstacles here. So the image from the 360 camera display that we just showed you was taken at the exact same time as this image from the drone over the trucks and the wood planks there, the vastly different views that you're being fed. This is why they have that warning on the screen that keeps telling you, check the surrounding areas. And so, certain blind spots need to be identified on your vehicle. You need to go around your vehicle and do all of the same testing that we just showed you so that you can quantify exactly where your blind spots are and exactly what things look like. Because these two garbage cans, if you look back on this 360 view, they just look like a couple of little shadows that you might not think are big obstacles, but yet they turned out to be.
So as you can see, based on our testing, folks, and of course your exact mileage may vary on this, we had a whole paradigm shift on how we thought the truck was going to see everything. So basically, what you really see is everything from the camera here down, and it kind of goes down at an angle like you see here on the photograph there. So that slanted line that you see here going from the camera down to the ground is pretty much about how the truck sees it. So the closer you are to the ground, the more accurate of a view you will get. So as you can see, folks, you just got home with your brand new truck and you think you're fully protected with that 360 camera system. We were in shock even ourselves to find out just how vastly different your vehicle sees all the way around compared to the way you see. So get ready to spend a lot of money on repair bills and body damage to your vehicle simply because the 360 camera system let you down. So this is why it's so important for you to go around and check your vehicle as soon as you get it home and know all of the blind spots, know the areas that it can't see, and know exactly how it's going to see all of these obstacles. Because all of these things that we showed you here, we were able to find different areas around the truck where it just did not see them at all. Well, we hope you're finding this video useful. I hope it's helped you out so far. And if you like it, hey, do us a favor, would you please? Give us a thumbs up down below. That tells us that you like us. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, since 1999, our team of consumer advocates has been both protecting and educating you, the American car buying public, in all areas of buying new cars, used cars, leasing, financing, and negotiating tips, and avoiding car dealer scams. You've seen all of the great guides that we have here on our website and the videos that we have for you, covering all areas of car dealer scams and things like that. And we also cover areas such as tool reviews, because you have to work on your cars. And we also do a lot of product reviews as well. And so you don't want to miss out on any of that. So make sure you click on that subscribe button down below. And we also reveal all the car dealer scams and set you up so that nobody will take advantage of you. Well, that's it for this week, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you all on the next one.